What's up everybody, it's RobinGaming here. So you can finally stop calling me a PlayStation fanboy, not that anyone ever did, but you know, I went ahead and bought myself a new next-gen console. At least I think it can be considered next-gen for sure. I'm kind of giving away already what I bought exactly, but yeah, I really first of all have to thank a few people here, especially you just watching this video, because for the past few months my YouTube channel has been growing again and been doing a lot better, and that's, you know, together with of course my awesome Patreon supporters. You all make it possible for me to kind of like, you know, buy these things. And yeah, after like saving up for a long time, I now was finally able to buy myself, and I'm going to reveal it right now, I bought myself a Wii U. I've been teasing, you know, a bit on my Facebook and on Twitter for a couple of days now that I bought a new console, and I saw everybody making guesses whether it was an Xbox One or a Wii U. I found that really awesome to see. Most people in the end actually did guess right though. Yes, of course I bought myself a Wii U. And then the reason exactly why I bought the system, well, honestly, I wanted the Wii U the most for a long time already, and it was simply because I think the PS4 and the Xbox One are pretty similar, and Wii U is kind of like a different case, where it's especially those great exclusive games that make me want to buy this as a sort of like secondary console. And so, you know, the games in particular that I really wanted to play on the system were the 2D Mario game that came out, which is, I think it's called New Super Mario Bros. U, yeah, that's probably the name, and then there was Mario Kart 8, obviously, and as well Super Smash Bros. Those three games are really the ones I want this system for, at least at the moment, and those are also the three games I got with the system and I've been playing for a bit now. And yeah, then of course, I mean, the first question that people will ask me is, what do you think is the best game out of those three? And funnily enough, like, I watched Smash Bros. Gameplay, and I was really, at that point, I was like, yes, I need to buy the system right now, because that really seemed like one of those games that I really wanted to play. And then now in the end, you know, after just playing for the full weekend pretty much, I'd say actually that Smash Bros. Is, you know, it's a fantastic game, super fun, but probably the least interesting to me at the moment out of the three that I bought. I'm just liking Mario Kart and also Super Mario Bros. U. I'm liking those a bit more, and especially that is because I think Super Smash Bros. Is really a game that is most fun when you play it locally with friends or with family. And let's be honest, those occasions don't really happen as much. You know, I tend to play alone most of the time, and then if I do play with friends and family, yeah, of course, I'll play that. Those occasions aren't just as often, right? So I really feel like, you know, that is the game you play local co-op, and then Mario Kart is the one you play online multiplayer, and then there is the 2D Mario that you play by yourself. And that is really why, you know, the other two, I'm just enjoying those a bit more at the moment. Although I have played, you know, I've played them all for a good like 3, 4, 5 hours probably, and I will do some reviews maybe in the future if you're looking forward to that, so let me know in the comments. But yeah, I thought, you know, with today's video I'd quickly mention a couple of my positive and my negative experiences with the system so far, what really stood out to me. And yeah, so I just wrote down, I think only two, you know, two small points for both sides. So first of all, let's start off with the really positive things that I found with this system. So I bought my Wii U for a total price of €200, and that was a pack that came with the 8GB Wii U, and then also you had a Wii Party U that came with it, and Nintendo Land. Now those games, I'm just not gonna really play them. Like, I enjoy Wii Party with my family, but that's about it, really. But I mean, €200, that's like half the price of a PS4, and I kind of like unboxed it, I kind of like, you know, looked at what the system exactly is, and I just found that for the kind of like, you know, for the small price that you're paying for it, I think what you're getting is definitely very much worth it. You know, I look at that sort of like tablet controller that it has. It is pretty massive. I was actually surprised by that, and also it just works so well, feels very good in your hand. The device itself works great, and for just €200 I think you're getting a console that is very much worth that price. The thing is, of course, that you know, the whole argument people are making with the Wii U, and I totally agree with that, is that Nintendo simply isn't making the right choices at the moment. And that is because, you know, you really only buy the Wii U for its exclusives, and you can't really just buy a Wii U as your primary console because it doesn't have those third-party games. That is really a shame, and I totally understand and actually recommend people to just buy a PS4 or an Xbox One as their primary console. It is just hard for me to recommend a Wii U if that's the only console you own, you know, that's just, And it's just a very hard thing to do, and it's very obvious at the same time as well. And so, yeah, I kind of find it a shame, because I am actually loving the system more than I expected, you know, to love it. And so, yeah, just it is that overall quality of the thing itself, and of course these great exclusives. I mean, I'm having a blast with Super Smash and with Mario Kart and with the 2D Mario game. Like, they are so much fun to play, but is it really worth buying a complete console for? That is really the question at the moment. And so, yeah, that is kind of the sad thing about it. To talk about my negative experiences with the Wii U so far, I think that the touchscreen itself is kind of mediocre. You know, it's definitely not as good as an Android smartphone or an iPhone or, you know, the PS Vita touchscreen or anything. It is always these Nintendo touchscreens. I think the 3DS has the exact same thing, where they feel so, I don't know, it's a weird sticky feeling. They also give you this kind of like pen thing, this stylus. That, I think that's what it's called, and it kind of like tells you that it's just not really an accurate touchscreen. And I also noticed that at times where I wanted to press on or like you know, do some swipe movements, I ended up, you know, touching certain places of the touchscreen, and that started up my apps when I really didn't want that to happen and stuff. Yeah, that was kind of a sad thing. And at the same time, another thing that really bothered me, and I know Nintendo fanboys won't agree with me here, and Nintendo itself certainly doesn't, I am kind of like missing a trophy/achievement system. And I know that Nintendo is kind of like saying that it's all about fun and you shouldn't really be hunting for these things, but what I really found is that when playing these games, you know, Mario Kart and Super Smash in particular, you're just doing the same thing over again, and that is just doing the same races, doing the same battles, just in different areas, with different enemies, with different characters, opponents, online opponents of course, but there really isn't any incentive for you to keep playing. That is really the kind of like, you know, the kind of like bad thing about it, I think, you know, and that's just me personally, of course, because yeah, it's great fun to play those games, especially multiplayer, but am I really gonna play them for a really long time? That is really the question for me at the moment, and that's why I would have liked there to be a sort of like trophy system, so I could, you know, try out different characters and do specific things and kind of like 100% the game and really get all the things out of it that I could get out of it. I think, you know, I myself think trophies and achievements are a really good thing, and I would have wanted to see those here. Mario, the 2D Mario, Super Mario Bros. Is a great game with a lot of incentive for you to keep going, because you just want to kind of like beat the game, and they place these you know, coins in the levels that you want to collect, and there's all sorts of levels that you're missing out on because the map kind of like splits up and stuff. You do want to beat everything in that game, and that's really what has me kind of like wanting to keep going, you know, and playing everything there is to play in that specific game. But yeah, with Super Smash and with Mario Kart, I don't really have that feeling. But yeah, that being said, I'm really enjoying the system more than I actually thought I would, and that's only a great thing, I would say. So yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot more videos on the Wii U for sure. At the same time, of course, I'm going to be talking about PlayStation and whatever, everything I've been talking about for the past months and years now. I'll keep, you know, continue doing that, but yeah, at the same time, I want to know from you, do you have a Wii U? What do you think of the platform? What games do you enjoy on it, or would you want to get the system for? Yeah, and then with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video, so thanks a lot for watching, and hope to see you again next time.